Hi, Pioneer Football League. This is David Patterson here from the Man Cave. We are ready to kick off our 5th edition of Pioneer Football. It's going to be an exciting year this year. Our 5th edition we're back and stronger than ever. In terms of the size of the league, we are now officially the largest league on the East Coast, so we are really proud about that. But above all else, not only do we have the quantity, we also have quality. There's going to be a lot of great matchups, and it starts off with week 1. Let's get right to the action, shall we? Down in the Lower East Side, we have the New York City Lions taking on the Red Mambas. This is Tri-State's 18U team, brand new organization. Let's see how they come out the blocks with a team that is very seasoned. Coach Kavanaugh and his guys, they know how to produce quality football, so we will see if the Mambas can keep up. Should be an interesting one. We're going to head up the FDR to 128th Street. They have an early kick for the Steelers and the Harlem Jets. That 14U game will kick off. That is a 6 p.m. kick with the Steelers and the Jets playing before what will be our game of the week, a rematch of the championship game in the 18U division last year, Bronx Buccaneers and Harlem Jets. These two powerhouse programs have played one of the great rivalries, forget just Pioneer Football League rivalries, one of the best football rivalries around in New York City. Packed house is going to be at Harlem River Park, probably standing room only. It's going to be a really good one. So if you're a Pioneer League fan, that's probably where you're going to want to be around 8 o'clock. Now, we also have at McCombs another defending champion. The Long Island Spartans are traveling to the Bronx Colts. They'll be over at McCombs Dam Park. That's an 8 o'clock kick as well. Be careful because the Yankees are playing at 7 o'clock, so you might want to get over there early to catch that action. That's in the Pioneer Conference. We have a couple other games in the Pioneer Conference that are going to be pretty interesting as well. We are now officially a 2-state league where we have New Jersey and New York. And let's go over those New Jersey games. Pioneer Conference game, Wheatley Heights Chiefs. Brand new team playing the Elizabeth Minutemen. Another new team to the league. Don't know much about these two teams, but what we've been hearing is that Elizabeth really highly rated in the offseason. Looks like they're going to have a quality product. Wheatley Heights, newcomers, see if they can make some noise early with that Long Island brand of football. We know how Long Island football works, and it was pretty successful last year. Let's see, right down the road from the Long Island Spartans, so we see if the tradition of Long Island football in the Pioneer League continues. Over on the other one of the other conferences, we have the Intercity Conference with a whole slate of games at Kennedy Field in Paterson, New Jersey. It's 98 Oak Street if you're looking in the GPS. Irvington Raiders 8U against the Paterson Nifty Lions. We also have the Bronx Steelers 10U against the Nifty Lions. The Raiders 12U against the Nifty Lions, and the Pelham Bay Warriors 14U against the Nifty Lions. That action starts at noon on Saturday. In the other games in the Intercity Conference, it's going to be like Intercity Conference opening weekend at Bronx Park East, home of the Fordham Falcons. The Fordham Falcons will be playing the first two games. Their 10U and 12U are going to be facing the Bronx Giants, two Pioneer programs that are back, welcoming them back to great organizations, so it should be good. The Vailsburg Gators, another team that was making noise in the preseason, taking on the Woodside Warriors at 1 o'clock, and then the Gators taking on the Giants, and that's a 3 o'clock kick. So a lot of great action in the Intercity Conference. Tri-State Conference has Vikings and Bills. We also have Fordham University, which we're going to kind of take a look at right now.
Hello PFL, my name is David Hernandez. Welcome to PFL Sports Center. This week I'm doing my own season preview of all our upcoming games and our halftime game at Fordham. So our Fordham halftime game will be on the 12U level, the Bronx Steelers and the Harlem Jets, and our 10U shall be the Bronx Bills and the Bronx Vikings. It shall be $10 ticket to go see the game, the halftime show, and the rest of the game. So I hope you guys check that out and go see the game. Now to move on to our hot games, let's first start on the 18U level, one of the most exciting divisions. Our hot game, it has to be the longest rivalry, one of the longest in PFL history, the Harlem Jets and the Bronx Buccaneers. The Jets ranked number 1 in the preseason rankings, the Bucks number 2, after the Jets had their championship win last year in a tight game and one of the biggest thrillers I've ever seen. So now it's down in Harlem, 128th Street, the Jets, Bucks, in the Friday Night Lights. Now to move on to our 4th team, I believe will be the number 1 Gators versus the number 3 Giants. The Gators come out number 1, but they have to travel a long way to play against the Bronx Giants at their home turf in Evander. That'll be another great game. Now, number 2 on the 12U level, it shall be the Coney Island Sharks, number 7, and the Long Island Spartans, number 1. I believe this will be a really great game, even though they have a really big difference in their rankings, because last year I had one of the greatest games to watch in a rushing battle between the Sharks and the Spartans. So I believe there will be another great rushing battle there in Coney Island when the Sharks and the Spartans face off. Now for our 10U, it shall be the Fordham Falcons and the Bronx Giants. I believe this will be a hot game because the Fordham Falcons won their title in the Inner City Youth Conference, but now they're playing now here, and they're still developing, but I still think they could come out really strong against the Giants at Evander. So thank you, PFL, for watching. My name is David Landis, and I'll see you guys next time.
Speaking of traditions, the Pioneer Football League Tradition Campaign is now in full swing. Hey, what's going on, Pioneer Football League? We're here at the Definition of Style, University of Oregon. Pioneer League has a lot of style itself. Let's check out some of the fashion statements made by the Pioneer Football League teams since our inception, since the beginning of 2012. 5 years, Pioneer Football Tradition. Football League, you can take a wild guess where I'm at. In Oregon, Eugene. Boy, a lot of marketing, a lot of media stuff around here. The brand is a very important thing when it comes to, well, all businesses, especially football. So the PFL brand is something that we're really developed since day one. Let's check out the development of all things PFL, the PFL branding. So which Pioneer team has the most swag? That is the question. That was the question that we're going to pose this week. So as we go from game to game and we kind of check out the uniforms, we check out the new programs, the way in which they wear their colors, we want to see who in the Pioneer Football League has the most swag. Teams and affiliates or what have you. I have on my New York Patriots minor league program shirt, another Pioneer off-season program, and those guys were definitely styling in the spring as they represented the Pioneer League tradition very well. So what are some of the other great uniform statements? Well, we had the St. Albans Trojans with the Pioneer patch. That was one of my favorites, of course. We've had the Eagle Academy in year 1 when they came out with the Eagle insignia on the helmets and their home and away uniforms. Definitely had a lot of swag to it. Some other teams that have worn swag, or I guess showing my age there, that had a lot of swag that definitely made noise in the Pioneer Football League. Well, the Steelers last year came out with some really sick yellow uniforms, had some carbon fiber or some steel design in it as well. Was a really top-notch look, getting a little bit of that Oregon swag as well. So, the question of the week and the response that we're going to be eliciting from our fans and players alike is, which team in Pioneer League history do you think had the most swag? Next week, we will actually be at Columbia University as they have their home opener against St. Francis University. At halftime of that, we will have the Bronx Colts and Fordham Falcons, and also the Bronx Steelers facing the Patterson Nittany Lions in that halftime show. And another great outreach program from Columbia University. The guys will go out, meet some of the players as the Columbia University football team under Coach Al Bagnoli is looking to kind of turn the program around and become one of the dominant forces in the Ivy League. So we will definitely check them out this season, starting with their home opener. Now, that's all we have for the opening special for Pioneer Football League Sports Center. Make sure you make it out to the games. We will be live streaming, and make sure you also check out the PFL app. We'll be updating the website, and we have still some more announcements. We definitely still have a couple things up our sleeves, so to speak, in our 2016 campaign. We're definitely looking to do some really big things, continued expansion, including everybody under the umbrella and doing what's good for these kids in youth football in New York City. So for the Pioneer Football League, David Patterson, we'll see you next time.